maneuver over now towards the B site. You can see the smokes drop down, laid down as that late lurk that might play importance as well later on. Fight to be taken, no one really clearing, but okay, but Zekken managing it. Not only that, getting two for his troubles. Celsius pushing forwards past the smoke, yet Zekken watches it. Leaf holding his ground now with 30 seconds remaining.
The stun here is so good potentially.
Oh, wow, Johnny just takes up the straight up fight. Boombot heading towards him, gives him the timing that he knew to take. Backs away, 20 seconds. What is the goal? Where do you want to land? Opening up the door, looks like potentially into the B site, but a little bit up still. Holding the angle, pixel perfect. That's what it is for Marv. Taking out one of the players. Flash to the side, going to be dodged and still holding that high ground position. Slide off angle, the jiggle of the movement from Jake. He aims to take the fight, but doesn't get rewarded. Still being taken. And it's all being watched for. Zeppa, the Phantom spam, but two players watching him. He won't get much further than that. There we go, finally coming through. Nade as well. So Flash is going to be one of the Nano Swarm. Zekken stood right in the fray of it. Chunked down to absolutely no health at all. Plan starts to go down. Where is the pit? Doesn't want to opt to use it. Still holding into the choke point, holding these angles. Gliding forwards. The Seekers, they're all blinded up. And they cannot stand a chance. Cloud9 flooding right back in, denying any opportunity of getting that plant down. And now it might be another thorn in their sides if they want to try and go for this one. Here's the util. Popped off. Delays, denies any of them from being able to move up and take that space. Paranoia. Nade clearing out to the middle section, but Leaf still off to the side here. There was that nade up towards his feet, but now he's being really pressured hard. The lockdown pushing him back, and it's a pivot. Yet Rooney, he holds his ground and holds it down. The convergence on his position, just into the connector. But still, they will not get any further into the B site, and the spike is in such an awful spot. 15 seconds left in a 2v4. You just got to save. Got to back away, got to try and keep these rifles, yet they can't afford to it. Fight's still being taken, they know where Def is. His position's noted, and he is taken out.
30 seconds left.
Job of Celsius is just to try and hold on for as long as he possibly can, and it won't be for much long at all. Viper's Pit in the hands of Marv here. He can drop that one down and give some coverage to the rest of his team, but he is very low.
Yeah, he's only 20 health.
One shot will really bring down the entirety of this defense as they get into the post plan. Still, Cloud9 look to coalesce themselves now, pushing forwards into the pit. Dropping down, Zekken holding one angle for it. Moving though, vulnerable up, and well, right through the box. Cornered up angle, gliding. Marv. Decay down, has to back away. The pit will be falling in just a moment. Where's the rest of his team to help him out here? Spamming every single corner of it. Pit's going to be falling any moment now. Spraying through. Rain it down. And Pankata just was not noted. He didn't know that Jake had already maneuvered his way to the side. And Celsius inside of the smoke watched for. Has the util as well. So Turret sees that one. Wants to take the fight. Dropped down to 20 health though. Has to respect it. Meanwhile, a lot of pressure being applied. That's Def.
Oh, okay, finally Leaf gets taken out. His reign of terror potentially curbed just for a moment. And Sentinels get into a post plant, but once more, it's not a favored one.
No, not a favored one. Players weakened. Seekers now to try and give them that information. Fight needs to be taken by Marv with the Guardian. Tapped out with a rifle. He is in position now, picked up that Vandal. Defuse starts to come through, but the lockdown in play. Half on the Defuse, sticking it all the way. Angles are being watched for. The call's being made, they're just stacking it!
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. Last round.
Smiles on their face! Celsius perfectly willing to let them in here. Confidence in their retakes for the rest of his team, because the position's noted. Look at this from Leaf as well, flanking all the way through main. The extra element, but with a Viper Pit in play now, this is where things do get a little bit more tricky. Kill found as well towards heaven. That's Pankata winning his fight. But Marv low enough that a single bullet again will bring him down. As soon as he's down, and yep, dealt with, so does the pit. Flash, not finding anything. Fight to be taken. Swinging all the way through. Sassy does well to get two, but left up to Pankata. Tap, down to the one-on-one, sticking it through. Rooney, smoke covering him all the way. Pro's not faking it the slightest, and that's 9-3. Absolutely impeccable stuff. Nano Swarm's dropped down, and his post plant set up by Cloud9 is so damn good. Already putting the pressure and the heat turned up. Off to the side, smoking away. Leaf doesn't overstep his boundaries. He backs away almost immediately. He's done his job with the kill found. Nade as well, going to be clearing him out all the way, but look at how fast he's ducking, weaving, bobbing, juking his way past all this utility, up close into the smoke. Pancada wins his one. Still the trade is there, sticking it. Not to halfway though. To get off of it now. Positions noted for Rooney. Do they have the util to really deny this one? I believe the Nanoswarm's cleared. Right clicks down. It's up to Zekken. A tap onto it. Was hoping for a wider swing, but no one's giving him any ground or space whatsoever. And with the pistol round one, this map is all but sealed up, just missing a pretty bow tie. It's this early A pressure. Take control of that extremity, but you got to contain over towards C now with that first kill. There's no time wasted. Popping all the way through. Kind of holding very far back as well. Has one Nano Swarm in a common plant position, so that's going to be buying a bit of time, but it's still planted a little bit further back. Doesn't catch all of it.
Spike planted.
Still not a bad plant spot though. They can play the post-plant lineups from a long way away.
Seekers though to try and re-clear this one. Dog broken. In but a moment here, second round the back. Leaf doesn't have the crosshair placement. So fight one. Clearing up some of the Nano Swarms, the one popped off, and this post plant can still be played from the top of the mountain position. How do you win this one? Depth. Smoking it off still. Seeing it now, the Viper Orb, as well as that, a bit of spam at battle back and forth, and I hate it when the rounds come down to this, because it really does feel like a coin flip at best, but time is running so damn short. Crosshair placement was good. Spike ticking down, though. You don't have that luxury anymore. Can't play it. Have to back away. Have to save. So Cloud9 find himself on that 12th round, on that map point. So it might come down to this. Big clash now over towards the A side. Nade around the back, Paranoia as well, moving backwards and forwards. Leaf still claiming two off to the side. Dev still on a high ground position. He's only going to get two before eventually brought down.
And there's the advantage that Sentinels could just never find on their attack half. The brawl that happens, usually favoring the attackers, Marv, forced to make a play with a player disadvantage.
Yep, drops down. He's noted. They're going to be able to hear that one. Lockdown in play as well. And now there has to be an increase of the tempo. The pace brought up a tad, but no respect to be shown. Backing away from the ultimate. You're going to get to take Pancada. Oh, no. And now that spike timer ticking away. It's agony. It's going to be brutal. And what much more can you do? The post plant setup, playing safe all the way back. Spam angles with the Odins. They know exactly where to aim for here. Fight has to be taken. Not winnable at all. 13 rounds versus the 4 that Sen picked up, and map 1 is theirs. Here we see it. Contacting up. Fight's going to be taken very early on, and, well, player quality might be matched pound for pound, but the coordination of Cloud9 is just that much better. So effective. Posting up onto the angles, making sure that they cover for each other, and the fire's there. And Zekken and Pancada, the last two players standing.
God, the way that they peek that, it's beautiful. Sentinel's not using any utility because they just want to contact in. Just trying to hold it and wait for Zekken. Now Zekken comes along, he breaks the turret, sets up his own. They're going to try to get a plant down.
It's done. Push them back and away. Cloud9. They don't flood in entirely, they just break the util and push back that to buy time for the rest of their team now. Start to get into position. Spike's going to be planted, an opportunity granted, but with the smoke cutting off one of those angles towards halls.
Nobody peeking
so
together.
Hard. Yeah,
perfectly disciplined.
Pancada is holding for the wider swing there towards the top, but they are just being ripped to shreds. Boombot opening up wide. Sassy does hold down the one angle. Still Leaf wants to really take the fight to them. Another deep flash with the stinger. Not really too favored in a long-range engagement. Yetzepa, he picks up the pieces towards the end. The full damage done. Flash as well. Aftershock. Pushing them back, but guess what? Jake on the flank. Def slight adjustment to the movement there. Oh, what a strike. As Jake thought he was going to be pushed and punished there. Pushed back. Marv does clean up that one kill still. Whoa! Oh my goodness, meeting him face and face, and the spike's been dropped down. 25 seconds left. Pancada with a rifle against the world.
This time, Rooney goes towards Generator, a spot where he can still provide utility for his team, whilst potentially cutting this off.
No way. No way! He's just spamming down on the angle! I mean, the Trace has given away his position. It's the 1-for-1. Plant now starting to go down. Any sort of disruption? Not quite. Players aren't quite in position. Now the Seekers to try and push them back here. Jake needs to stay alive. Nade rebounded. 10 health. Doesn't rebound deep enough. He's still alive. Stimmy now. Dropped. And another nade as well to push back that angle. Zekin can't take the fight. Can't afford to do it. Now the showstopper. Unleashed. Doubled up. Taking the fights. Dropped down into the choke. Marved to line up across the map, but he's the last one left. He's got to try and deny this long enough, and it's already half. Spraying, beaming, drops him. But it is half on the defuse already, and he needs to stay alive for any chance of winning this round. Smoke in his face, 7 HP, drop down, jumping around the corner. The shorty finishes it.
Sorry to spoil the party.
Oh my God, what a contact.
They're just going to contact into each other again, and yeah, Rudy was holding the stun for it, the fault line.
Beacon here.
Just a 1-for-1 though. It's traded.
So this is very different. Now Sentinels actually have some space, some room to work with.
That's a good prowler as well, actually, as Jake was trying to do. What? Rudy? He just swings main.
That's crazy. They
Pushes
didn't
them
expect him
back.
to be there. They thought he'd be playing Jenny again.
That was out his teammate. And oh my goodness, all the space as well. That was a deep push through A main while all that was happening.
My ultimate is ready.
No stone unturned. Pancada, 45 health. Maybe he can salvage it. A bit of indication. He's found the first two, but the job's not finished. Spike, really unfavorable. Just under a minute left to work with. Has the lockdown, but does he choose to invest it? Might just opt into taking the fights, but he knows he's got to be going up against at least a decent crossfire setup. It's a 3-2-1 and a swing from that. Cloud9 are too damn clean.
I know that Sean and Barlow were talking about, especially Sean was talking about, like, when you get in a situation like this, you can just sometimes brush it off. It's not a heartbreaking overtime loss. The players are just like, okay, we got outplayed. Leafs picked up an operator and dropped a rifle for himself.
That's an orbital strike he's holding. Where's he using that for?
I mean, who knows? I think it's probably off the turret contact. I think they're going to melt Pancada.
This is so bizarre. Where is this going to be going?
Pancada's going to get turned into soup, mate. Look at this.
Is it really off the target? I mean, meanwhile, while this is happening, by the way, Leaf is just alone, taking luxuries around the map. He had an operator, of course. He's built up the bank enough that he can afford it. Got a rifle
Turret
pushing out.
contact.
There it is. Turret contact. Orbital strike. Doesn't stand a chance. Melted into nothing. Evaporated. Whatever you want to call it.
God. I mean, the fact that... Listen, if I'm Cloud9, I'm not even showing that setup in this game because you don't have to.
No. I mean...
But they're flexing on him at this point.
Flexing, yeah.
They could be running the same stuff and still creaming Sentinels, and they're pulling out new things. It's quite nice for us as fans because you get to see the depth of it, right?
Yeah, the desk is a lot to pull from.
Left.
Yeah. But
although if it is a 12-0, I mean, I'll be feeling sorry for them. They'll be doing a halftime straight into a post-match, so...
But
this be rough.
This is perfection.
Yeah, that's clean.
Oh, we're going to see the
Fnatic
Fnatic
play.
play.
The Fnatic play.
Here it is. The C's over the top. There's nobody
He's on the
home.
top. Yeah, but nobody is there. And so...
Oh, no, that's the horn.
Oh, it's a
That's
horn.
not the C's.
Okay, just to try and spot it.
It's supposed to land on the top of the building.
Will it matter, though? Because Jules being taken, fights being won. For Cloud9 yet again. Death, 4 HP in a dream. Just lets loose the Rolling Thunder. Pushes them away, lockdown as well, and it feels like at this point there's no semblance of an idea of how they're using these ults.
Well, they have actually gotten a lot of space in order to plant the spike, so I think that ult combo is pretty fine. But you have to hold off Zeppa. He's coming around behind with a showstopper, and this is going to be able to make so much space. Pancada's holding it with an op. He's got to hit this shot. He's got to.
And he does indeed. Straight to the brain. Picks up the rifle. Now to try and contain. Here we can see the flood. An attempt by Cloud9 pushing forward. Sassy with the first fight taken. A quick reset. Tap it okay. Let it be known. No one wins 11 rounds in a row against Sentinels.
Little trap play here. Looks very good. Fault line off contact.
This could boom them.
Wait, who's holding
Grabbing
contact,
the orb.
though? Where?
Surely off the orb here. You let loose the stun. Yes, you do. Players letting rip here. Tapping a ghost. Maybe you can find a target. Sassy! Damage is done. But Jake survives. Still in the fight with 16 health. Boombot spotted. They do spot out Leaf's position. Spike, though, still in the hands of a few of them, so they're going to start rummaging and running all the way through into the other section of the site. There will be a player to meet them. It's Def, but he is low on 10 health. Dropping down now. It's going to be known what sort of timing gets taken moving forwards. Fight, swarming the position, straight onto it. Rooney left alive, but there we go. Shots landed from the frenzy. Mark with 3 to clean it up, and so the pistol round going Sentinel's way. And he's got a Seeker's online, so just seeing it just from that prior round into the Thrifty.
The flank, though, comes through a tree. They're
And
behind them
more
already.
fight to be taken. Yep, Second and Sassy together, working in tandem, making sure that they can push them all the way through and back and away, winning out these fights. And the anchor position, Pancada, he does get his one, but eventually traded out, rejoining.
So that's a very good adaptation from Sentinels, and it really punishes that slower style as Cloud9 are picking up the
Player
orbs.
standing.
Well done by them.
No, Jake. They know exactly where he's sitting. At least roughly his position towards Arcade here. There's not too much you can do when there's a smoke in your face. 30 seconds left as well. Just got to wait for them to dissipate, and one player takes
30
contact.
seconds.
I love the movement there to isolate one of the fights. He knew the re-swing was happening there from Canteen, but he just couldn't quite hit the shots. 11 rounds for Cloud9. They only need 2 to try and finish this series out, and with how dangerous they've been. Spoken over and over again about the eco round win rates. What is it, in the high 30%?
32.
32%. About double what other teams are being able to put out. There's a nice little seize into the aftershock.
Great combo.
Nade as well, but the plant still goes down, sacrificing a life for that one. And that means that Cloud9 can play this post plant, and the wash ball. Good clearance there from Pancada, aware.
Out of charges.
Now playing through into the main. Orbital strike, working forwards. That's a very important kill to find. Rooney does trade it out with Zekken falling, but it removes the orbital strike to delay this one. But Rooney's earned his Rolling Thunder. Skips his way across. Player stunned up, doubling up. Still Zelsis alive. And does he have the util? Does he have the time? No one's got to really stick this now to try and hold this marked onto the angle. Needs to win this fight out. Having a defuse. No way. Taken out. And has enough been done? Is it being brought on away? .15. Common angle, close angle. Prowler doesn't spot it. Fight taken straight to him, and a reload's been gone off here. There was no trade from Sassy because he was holding his utility.
What a perfect play by Leaf as well, reading the fact that he would catch both players with util in their hands.
And it's falling apart ever so slightly. 3 versus 3. Still that extra element here. Has to be a clearance. Mark turning, twisting this way, that way. And Cloud9 is so good at this. They pick and choose their timings immaculately. Flash around the side, Leaf wins his fight. It's down to Pancada, and he's so low. 42 health. And they just take it. The timing there, jump spotting around the corner. And the danger lies there.
Oh, he's going crazy deep in the spawn.
I mean, there was a stun off of that, a haunt as well on the other side, anticipating that it was going to be, you know, of course, a player maybe just anchoring off to the side. That rocket sailed all the way through to the other side of things, and Pancada, well, with him gone, none of that util to push them back. It's a 4v5.
Right here.
And Cloud9 are now getting set up for the slam dunk.
That's such a rough peek by Pancada, man.
Right planet.
Util's late.
Cloud9's most usual response is going to be a tree push, and he was baited by the fact that it didn't come quickly.
And Sentinels are going to get tested here. There's a rolling fund to deny. Time is not a luxury that they have. They have to play this fast. A timing to be taken here. Zekken on the ropes, though. He made a bit of noise, but it wasn't heard in the smoke. Zeppa moving around, pushing forwards. It's a wider swing, but he's low enough that a bit of damage will do it. But still, they need to get on this, and they need to force out that ult. Rolling Thunder still waiting. Finally now, denying it. Molly on top of it as well. Time running short, moving forwards. Kills found, kills claimed. And Sentinels might still have a chance. Aftershock though. Marv's got to stick this to half, and this could be a brutal way to end it. Leaf taking the space, moving forwards and beaming and through 13-6. Not enough room to breathe for Sentinels. An honest attempt at the comeback. Round by round taking it, but not enough room to breathe. And that's a series taken by Cloud9. They are sitting firmly on the top of that throne of North America. They have bested every other North American team in the Americas split.